Today we're gonna be out in the garage and doing a bunch of stuff, probably mess around with the Vic. We're gonna cut the tips off the old Corvette exhaust, and then also later on today we're gonna get the tires mounted on the SSRs. First thing, I'm just gonna take a hacksaw and cut off the tips on those in preparation for the new ones.
Sick. Dope.
Be sick, actually.
No, you have to do it like this.
Now that we've got those cut off, we're gonna go ahead and head over to Empire Tire, the people who are gonna be mounting the tires on the SSRs, and we're gonna go watch them do some stretching, and then at some point later this week, we're gonna go bring them down to the shop and fit them up. Alright, so we're gonna let them finish up over there, balance all the tires and stuff like that. And meanwhile, we're gonna start working on the Vic. We're looking at some of the front areas, and I think I wanna take off this. And in order to take that off, we gotta take off some of the airbox stuff. And we were thinking, we're just gonna cut this off as far this way as possible, and then just strap on like a pod filter, and kind of have like a little bit of a cold air intake, and it'll probably clean all this up and look a little bit better. Yeah, so you want to just, should we just cut it right here and then go from there? Sounds good.
Well, look at that. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I should have recorded that.
I'm trying, but the thing won't come off. Alright, that's loose. It's coming off.
Hang on. There's that. Yeah. There's some wires here that are connected, so you don't want to rip the wires. There, look at how easy that is. Yep.
I just got done hammering out the airbox thing, I don't know, for the AC and the heater, and I don't know, we're just trying to get this whole unit out of here, clear up some space up front here. I just started, you know, hammering shit out. I broke a bunch of this. There's like a huge black box in here. I literally just broke it up because it was, I undid a couple of bolts and it wasn't going, so I started hitting it. Basically, I'm gonna try and see if I can bend this thing out. There goes one.
Oh, there's the, yep. There's some leaky on there.
Yeah.
Drippy drip.
Radiator fluid in the cabin. Whoever said they needed the heater core, probably not gonna want it anymore. So I just got done cutting off a massive amount of metal back here. As you can see, we shortened up the frame rails once again. That's probably where they're going to stay for now. The rest of this is going to get cleaned up before it gets finished off, but for right now, this is how I want the back end to be. And now I'm going to start moving my attention towards the rockers and try and see how far I want to cut those back. Right now, I figured out, looking under the car, basically the underside of this is all rusted and pretty bad, but the frame rail goes right here and then kind of comes in and then comes in there. So what I think I want to do is I want to pull the interior, move some of these wires and stuff here, and then I want to cut almost on the inside of this little pinch weld all the way across there, and I think that's going to be right on the edge of where the frame rail is, and then we'll be able to put some tubing and kind of clean it up a little bit once we actually start building the cage and everything. But that does mean that we're going to be cutting inside here, and it is going to mess up a little bit of this. I'm not entirely sure how much of what we're going to cut around here. We might end up just cutting all the way through here and cutting a big majority of all of this stuff off, which I think will make it look a lot better and a lot cleaner. But just inside this pinch weld, I think, is where we're going to be cutting, and then from there it'll cut up and we'll be able to preserve the factory location for the VIN number. A couple of things. I removed all the stuff from around here. I removed a lot of sound deadening stuff. Jerry took his tools, and my tools are at the shop. That way I could do the coilover install, and so I don't have anything to actually take out the seats. So what I did is basically just took out all the stuff here. There was a plastic thing holding in all the wires. We just pulled that out on both sides, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hacksaw and cut this entire kind of rocker panel off up until we get to the frame rail that's inside there. I'm going to have to go get more blades. We're out of blades. I'm going to go get the same exact ones that we've had. Those did really well. And then I'm also going to go get wire, and that's because I want to try and take off this windshield. Obviously I could have done it to the whole windshield, but it would have taken really long, and I don't know, this was just a really quick solution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take wire and I'm going to actually stick it in there. I'm going to go back and forth with it, and eventually it takes this out all the way around. It'll only leave a little bit of residue. This is just because I know that I want to keep a lot of this factory area, but I do want to cut off this kind of A-pillar that's still left. I just don't know how far I want to go, and I want to make sure that I don't go too far, and I just don't know where I'm going to be tying in that you know, A-pillar tube to. I might tie it into here, but we might have that cut off, so I'm not entirely sure. I kind of just want to take that glass off so we can figure that all out. So I'm going to go to the store, and I'll be back with those parts, and we'll be able to continue. So now I've got my wire cable and the extra saw blades. First thing, I think I'm going to try and use this and cut out the windshield. This sucks. Honestly, I'm probably going to wait until I have a friend that can help me with this. I mean, go on either side and hopefully do this a little bit quicker. I mean, just this little piece alone was probably taking about 5 minutes or so. So realistically, not the best way to take this thing out, but it does leave it pretty clean. Camera turned off, but we got that thing all caught off. That thing alone was probably like 30 pounds. I'm pretty sure that was pretty structural and probably helped a little bit, considering that there was a bunch of different kind of like boxes and stuff in there. I mean, besides the frame rails being as thick as they are, I feel like that was pretty crucial. But obviously we're going to be putting tubing and stuff like that, you know, that's going to be much stronger than that factory stuff anyways. But yeah, basically we're probably going to lose another 100 pounds just today between the rocker panels and the rest of the stuff that we cut off.